This video on Rap Grid is brought to you by CapBeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats. CapBeast.com. We are beast.
Me and Swave, we were in New York, and I had this plan to get on 106 in Park, and it was actually really unheard of for a Canadian cat to get on 106 in Park. It almost seemed like, you know, one of those kind of things like, oh yeah, right, you know, you'll never get on that type shit. But I was on a mission, I was on a journey, and Swave was, you know, he was helping me out with that. And then, so whatever, I had left all types of messages on different people's answer machines at the company and stuff like that. And Swave, one day on a Tuesday, he was like, yo, we got some shit to do today. I'm like, all right, what are we going to do? He's like, boom, we pulled out these 2 passes to get on 106 in Park to be in the audience. So we figured that was our way, like our way into the building, at least to, like, you know, move around and maneuver and figure it out to get me on the show. So we go down to actual 106th and Park, and they had moved where they had relocated the studio. Boom, so we had to go down to a different part of, like, downtown Manhattan. And so we get there, and there's a lineup, and there's this dude, Terrence, that Swave knew. He was like, you know, at the front of the, you know, the whole, at the doors and stuff like that. They was talking or whatever, and then Terrence had let Swave know that they were actually taping the Freestyle Friday that day, on the Tuesday. So then, whatever, at that point I was like, and if you see my first episode of 106 in Park, like, I'm wearing, like, just like terrible track pants and like a regular gray shirt, like just a huge ass t-shirt, and it was just like, you know, I wasn't prepared to be on national television or whatever. But so what happened was, we met a dude that was there, and he said he went by the name of O Solo, and Swave talked about this a little in their battle, and so he was saying that he was the challenger or whatever. And at that point I was like, man, like, this isn't, you know, my plan that I tried to, you know, structure here isn't really gonna work out. And then I saw this woman come out of the building, and she was walking across the street, but I had noticed her work tag and what it said on her name, and it was a name that I believe it was Busta Rhymes that told me her name, because I had booked up with him, and like, I was cool with him already from the movie we did. So he had told me her name as a contact at BET or whatever. So when I peeped her name and her across the street, I stopped her in the middle of the street, and I was like, hey, what's up? You know, blah blah blah. It's Bishop, I'm from Canada. I came here because I'm supposed to be the challenger for the Freestyle Friday. And she was like, okay, well, I think there's somebody that's supposed to be here already, but that's supposed to show up. But if they don't show up, then I'll make you the challenger for the day. And then she just went across the street, I guess, to the head part of the office, which was across the street. Studio was there, the office was there. So boom, I came back, I said to Swave, I go, yo, she just said if the challenger's not here, she's going to put me on the show. And at that moment, we both just looked over at O Solo, and Swave was like, all right, you know what I mean? We're gonna have to handle this right now. So I was like, chill, you know what I mean? Like, Swave's, you know, at this point, Swave was like, you know, he was well gooned up at this time in his mind. He's my brother, and he really wanted to make sure that this dream that I had was gonna come to fruition. So then, boom, I was like, yo, let me talk to him. Let me see if I can make this happen. I think he said he was from Jersey. So I was like, yo, man, you just live in Jersey. Let me get on. I'm from Canada. Let me get on today, because they'll put me on, and then you could come back next week and battle me. Because, like, you're just coming from, like, you know, up the turnpike. Like, you're not that far. You're just down, you know, whatever. You can come here anytime. I got to go back and forth from Canada. You know what I mean? He was like, fuck that. I ain't doing it. Whatever. He's like, I don't give a shit. This is my shot. Whatever. You know, he wasn't hearing it. He wasn't fucking with it at all. And at that point, you know, Swave was going to just fucking, you know, he's gonna fucking knock him the fuck out and take him around the corner, so, you know, put hands on him and get rid of him. And just as Swave was like, getting in that zone where it was about to go down or whatever, boom, the woman came back out. She said, Bishop, I'm so sorry. I just checked my messages. I got your message. I apologize. You're on today. The challenger can come back another time. Here, come to the front of the line or whatever. And me and Swave just went to the front of the line, and he was just standing there like all sour and upset and looking like a sucker. And boom, we walked in, and the rest was history.